Hello everyone, this is Professor Stewart for Speech 1318 Interpersonal Communication Online. I'm going to go over the course syllabus. If you have any questions, I ask that you post those questions to the discussion thread located within D2L marked course questions. And the reason I ask you to do that is because chances are your classmates might have the same question or a similar question. So I want everyone to be able to see that question and see my answer. First things first, I'm on the University Park campus. I know some of you might take most of your classes on another campus, Cy-Fair, Montgomery, North Harris, but I'm at UP. My office is 802. That's on the 13th floor. It's the building 13 on the 8th floor, office 802. If you call me to ask a question, the chances of me answering are very slim, and it's not just because I'm sitting in my office, not answering the phone call, but I'm rarely in there. You see my office hours. Those are the times I'm in my office. So if you do need to call, those are the times you would call. But if you leave a voicemail, I will not be able to answer that until the next time I'm in my office. And keep in mind, if you leave a voicemail on a Thursday evening or a Friday, I can't get to it till the next time I'm in my office, which is Monday morning. If you do need to come to the UP campus to schedule a face-to-face appointment with me, Monday, Wednesdays 8 to 9 a.m., Tuesdays 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. But I do have an online D2L chat on Tuesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. If you log into D2L, you'll see the chat function. That's where you can ask a question and get an immediate response from me. I have a Twitter account that you could follow. There, I just post certain things pertinent to Lone Star College and LSC University Park, such as registration, if we're having a speaker on campus, counseling services. If four-year universities are coming on campus, I'll post it there, things of that nature. Your best bet, though, to contact me is my email in D2L. Most of you have done that so far. This right here is my email for faculty only, and I ask that you not use that unless it's an emergency. So something to be aware of. Your textbook is Interpersonal Communications, the 4th edition. It looks like this. You'll see it on the front cover of our D2L page here. It has the 2 coffee cups right there. I will allow you to use the 3rd edition, which has I think it's a beach on the cover. However, I'll be lecturing out of this textbook. But if you want to use the 3rd edition, that's totally fine. Using the 3rd edition, the one with the beach cover, it's probably cheaper, first of all, but it's not going to hinder you when it comes to success in this course. They're not that different. I had students use the other textbook because it was cheaper and still make A's in my class. So it's still totally possible to do that. So if you want to buy that textbook over the one that's in the bookstore because it's cheaper, I'm totally fine with that. Keep in mind this is an online class, so online participation is very important here. Participating frequently in an online class is a significant part of your grade. I'm expecting that you're logging in every day, but at least indulge me and log in every other day in order to participate in this online class. If you're not active on the discussion boards, I'm honest with you right now, you're not going to do very well. You took an online class, and online discussion takes the place of class participation, so it's imperative that you're very active on the discussion boards. When you look at the course syllabus, I want you to take a look at this and read what it talks about in terms of participating on the discussion board, especially if this is your very first online class taking. This class is dealing with interpersonal relationship or communication with interpersonal relationships, specifically your significant other. But we're also going to talk about relationships dealing with work, dealing with family, and dealing with friendships. One of the things that I do is I bring out everything. We're going to talk about race, religion, sexuality, gender, socioeconomic status, whether you're gay, straight, all sorts of things that we're going to discuss in this class. The one rule I have is that you don't be offensive on the discussion boards. If you are offensive, I will politely point that out to you via email. And if it happens again, I will ask that you leave the class. And if you don't, I will go down to student services and drop you from the class. So something to be aware of. I don't think we're going to have an issue with this. I've never had an issue with students being offensive in an online format, so just something to be aware of. Your participation is imperative to your success in this class. As I said before, I'm expecting you to be very active on the discussion boards, participating, going back and forth with your classmates. However, you should realize this. If you don't log in for 4 straight days, or you miss 3 consecutive modules before the official drop date, I will drop you from the class. I have the ability to see when you log in and when you don't log in. So that's something that you want to be aware of. I can, I have the ability to run reports to determine and to see who's logged in at what time, and when you logged in, what you did when you log in. So be aware that I can see what you're doing on the back end in terms of your participation. When you write emails to me, office hours and emails, just something to be aware of. My name is not Hay. You can call me Professor Stewart, Mr. Sean. Most students call me Mr. Sean. But just let me know who you are. Be professional when writing your email. So for example, say if Mary were to send me an email, the best way to do that is, first of all, fill out the subject line so I know what we're talking about. If you don't fill out the subject line, I'm more likely to skip over that email because I get lots of emails every day from I have 150 students, so you can imagine how many emails I get. But when you send me an email, just something along the lines of, Mr. Sean, this is Mary from your Interpersonal online class. I have a question about this, and then go into what it is that we're talking about. Be professional. If you send me an email, you got to allow me at least 24 hours to respond. If you send me an email on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the chances of me responding immediately are slim to none. And your best bet is you won't get a response until Monday morning. So that's something that you need to be aware of as well. If you need something immediately, I would send an email through that Monday through Thursday evening time frame. There are quick hits. For each module, I'll record a quick hit. That doesn't necessarily mean there's always going to be one. There might be some modules where there's not a quick hit because there's nothing that needs to be stated or needs to be further explained. The purpose of these quick hits are me recording just a couple of course concepts throughout that particular chapter that I think needs further explanation, or I'm recording stuff that's not in the book that is pertinent to that particular chapter. So you want to be aware of that. Anything I post in the quick hit is fair game for a quiz, an exam, or the final exam. These quick hits are not designed for you to just watch, listen, and not have to read your textbook. So something to be aware of is, don't just think, I'll just watch Mr. Sean's lecture and I don't have to read. That's not how this course works. Any assignments that we do are due on the due dates posted in D2L or on the course calendar. You should not email me assignments unless I specifically say email me assignments. I do not offer makeup exams in this course. It is expected that you are emailing me through D2L. I will not answer any emails that are from your Yahoo, Gmail, or Hotmail account. You should be using your D2L email account. And if you have some sort of issue with me, with the course, the first person you come to is me, not the dean or the department chair. You and I guarantee, will figure it out. But if for some reason you say, I don't think Mr. Sean has figured, or I don't like the answer, or I don't think we got it straightened out, that's when you go to the department chair and then you go to the dean. If you have a problem with me in this class and you go straight to the department chair or you go straight to the dean, the first question they're going to ask is, have you talked to the professor? If that answer is no, they're going to say you need to talk to him first and then come back to us. So something to be aware of. Please keep in mind that computer issues and technical difficulties are not an excuse for this class. You signed up for an online class. It is expected that you have the technology available in order to succeed in this class. If you don't, then I question why you signed up for an online class. But even then, you have to keep in mind, you have computer access all over the Lone Star system because you're a Lone Star College student. So it doesn't matter where you live. There's either a main campus or a center around you that you can go to in order to get your assignments done. If you have computer issues, you shouldn't contact me. If you have D2L issues, which first of all, I'm the first person they contact if there's issues with D2L or D2L is down. One of the things students always tell me is, Mr. Sean, D2L was down, and my response is, no, it wasn't. It's probably your computer. I don't know what kind of internet access you have at your house, so just something to be aware of. But if there's ever an issue computer-wise, you need to contact OTS. Don't contact me, okay? So it's just something to be aware of. These frequently asked questions, just basically questions that I've run into from students over the last couple of years, how to get in touch with me. Look at this question right here. Do we ever have to come on campus for this course? I put yes and no. You must turn in one assignment for the homework project. I've actually taken that out. So the answer is no, you do not have to come to campus for anything. Just a couple of other frequently asked questions that you see here. I'll let you read that at your leisure. Once again, one of the main components of this class is the discussion boards. Each discussion is worth 15 points. I'm expecting that you're participating on every discussion board. I've already had a couple of questions about this, so let me go through it as briefly as I can. I will post questions on the discussion board. It's up to you to answer those questions. The total word count you must reach is 500 words. That's not for each question, that's for the entirety of the questions. So if, for example, I believe there's 4 questions on Module 1, you don't need 500 words for each question. You need 500 words total for all 4 questions. Typing the question itself, A, you should not do that. It's not necessary. I know what the questions are. I put them in there. But B, they do not count towards your word total. So something to be aware of. If you do not meet the minimum of 500 words for all of the answers present, that is -3 automatically deducted before I even start grading your module. When it says first post due, your first post is due on that particular date. What that means is your initial post, your answers to the questions that I have asked. That is what the first post means. So it's not like you have to respond to your classmates by that day. You have to respond to your classmates by the due date of the module, by the end of the module. So the first post due date is for your initial post answering the questions that I have asked. Now, is it possible to answer the questions that I have asked past the first post due date? That answer is yes. If you do that, it's automatically -5 before I even start grading. You must have reply to at least 2 of your classmates. Both replies must meet the 150 word count. If only one of them does, but the second one doesn't, then it's -3. So something to be aware of. And not replying to any classmate is an automatic -3 off your discussion board post as well. If you have any questions about the discussion board post, please let me know. I'll also send out a link that I have found that should help college students understand how to properly respond to discussion board posts in an online class and how to properly utilize an online class so that you get the most out of it and make the best grade possible. So just a couple of things of how to develop a substantive message that you want to be aware of. And your assignments here, you'll be writing 4 reflection essays. Here are the requirements for each option on the reflection essays. I'll give you 2 to 3 options to write about, 2 to 3 prompts, and then you decide how they apply to your life. Keep in mind, with these reflection essays, it's up to you to be as open as you want to be. I'm the only person reading this, so whatever you want to say, because it applies to not only the prompt, but your life as well in this course, that's totally up to you. We'll be doing a looking glass project that deals with your self-concept. Remember, we cannot correct our communication and relationships with other people if we don't correct ourselves first. We got to know who we are first before we try to fix our relationships. You'll be doing a poem project in here. This deals with expressing our emotions, and I'll give you more information about this as we get closer to this. We'll be doing a group project in here as well. I've heard a lot of students say in the past, how can we do a group project in an online course? The answer is easily. It's very easily possible. You have to be assertive, though, in doing this group project. You'll have 4 options that we'll discuss when we get closer to the group project phase of this course: the movie analysis, conflict, making your own movie, a breakup songs project, or writing a paper on interpersonal analysis. Here's the deal. In the group project, you will be grading yourself. How that works is I will give the group one grade. Let's say I gave the group a grade of 88. And there's 5 members in the group. 88 times 5 is 440. Now you have to decide how those 440 points will be divided up among each particular group member. This is your chance to let your group members know you deserve a good grade because you were responsible, you did your work, you met the deadlines, etc., etc. Or this is your opportunity to tell your group members you don't deserve many points because you didn't do anything. So, and I will divide this up. You'll have group lockers, group Dropbox. You'll have a group forum that you can chat with each other on, and I monitor that as well. You'll hear more about this as we get closer to that portion of the class. There are 3 exams given throughout this semester and then a comprehensive final. All of the exams will be online. I'll make this note here. If for some reason you want to come take your final exam in person on the University Park campus, please let me know and we can make that happen at the testing center. I do not do reviews for the exams or the final, or any of the exams or the final exams. There are 8 quizzes throughout the course of this semester worth 10 points apiece. All of those will be in D2L. Syllabus quiz, which is uploaded. Most of you have taken it. If you do not take it by the due date, I will go down to Student Services and you will be withdrawn from the class. As I said before, class introductions, you're responsible for that. Turn it in Dropbox. Everything goes through there to see if it's plagiarized or if it's not. And I do not accept late work. An extra credit could be available throughout the course of the semester. Essentially, these are all your assignments right here. And then this is the grading scale that falls in between. So you just add up your points and it'll determine where you fall under in terms of the letter grade. And this course does not offer a grade of incomplete. This is the spring calendar for this class. We're going to stick to this. It's pretty set in stone. If I change anything, it's going to be for you, the benefit of the student. I'll never push up a due date. I'll only extend due dates. And I'll communicate that to you immediately once that happens, if that happens. Keep in mind, I take academic integrity very seriously. That includes plagiarism and cheating. I don't anticipate we'll have any issue with this because everything we do in here is based on your experiences. There's really only 2 assignments that are research-based, so something to be aware of. Student behavior and expectation. We do have a code of conduct that you must follow, and this does apply to online classes. There's an ADA statement that you can read on your own. Campus safety and security. Essentially, if you have not signed up for the Lone Star College alerts, I suggest that you do that. They'll send you a text and an email if something's happening on campus, such as a couple of, was it last semester, there was the gas leak on the University Park campus. There's weather, something along those lines. Withdrawal policy, the last day to drop with a grade of W is April the 4th. There's an equal opportunity statement. FERPA just essentially means I can only talk to you about your grades. I cannot talk to your mom, your dad, your abuela. I can only talk to you about your grades. Internet and email, just basically don't be on websites you shouldn't be on at Lone Star, and you can read the rest on your own. Lone Star College, University Park does want you to succeed. We have all sorts of things. And this is not just UP. This is on every campus. There's tutoring, counseling services, a writing center, the library, a technology lab. There's a math hotspot at UP that we just opened. There's a technology hotspot on the 7th floor at UP that we just opened as well. So we want you to do everything you can to succeed. So be aware of that. And then finally, the syllabus caveat here that basically says the syllabus is property of me and I have the right to change it whenever I want. But I really don't change that unless it benefits you. You're the first person that I think about if I'm going to alter the syllabus in any way whatsoever. So if you were to go to D2L, you go to the Content tab of D2L, and you'll see a folder marked Syllabus, and there are quick hits. My computer's running a little bit slow, but you'll see quick hits, course syllabus. This is your best bet to go to for anything. I will try to upload the quick hits within the module that it applies to. So I'm about to upload a quick hit for chapter 1. I will keep open a folder specifically just for quick hits as well, and it'll go here. So you'll always have that available. And then the course syllabus folder will be right here. That'll have access to both the course syllabus, which has been updated today, as well as the syllabus quiz. If we have a quiz, it will be within the module itself. There are multiple ways to go to the quiz. You can go to the module, you can go to assessments and then quizzes, or you can access it on the home page of this particular course. You'll see due dates on the home page of this course. So something that you want to be aware of is looking at those due dates, because sometimes they are a little bit different than the course calendar. Sometimes they're extended out. So you want to be aware of this. They're going to show right here. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know about that. Finally, some online myths that you need to be aware of at taking online classes. Some of you have taken online classes before. Some of you may have not. So just a couple of myths about online courses that you may not be aware of. First things first, an online course is not a work at your own pace course. I don't release all assignments and you just complete them whenever. That's not how online courses work. There are due dates for assignments, just like a face-to-face class. There are due dates for modules. Keep in mind, if it's past the due date, I will not reopen anything, and you cannot turn in any assignment late. If it's not turned in on the due date, it is a straight up 0. Some people think there's less work in an online class. I actually don't believe that to be true. I've taken online classes. I'm getting my doctoral degree right now, and most of my classes are online. I actually think there's more work in an online class. I'm not telling you to drop the class and go get in the face-to-face class. You have your own reasonings for taking an online class as opposed to taking a face-to-face class. But to say that there's less work, I don't think that answer is true whatsoever. Not only that, you're responsible for the same assignments as our face-to-face classes, or as my face-to-face classes. So it's not like there's less work to do. People think on an online class that they don't have to communicate with anyone, and that's not true as well. The reason we have discussion boards is because that's our way to have class participation. This is not a class where you just do assignments and not have to communicate with anyone, especially in a communications course. So discussion boards take the place of online class interaction and class participation. So you're interacting with your classmates in an online format, similar to how you would interact with your class if we were in a face-to-face, an actual classroom. And a lot of people think online is easier. That's subjective. It could be easier, it may not be easier, but this goes in line with people thinking there's less work in an online class. I don't want you to get into the idea or the habit that online is easier, that's why you take them, because that's not necessarily true. So just a couple of things that I want you to be aware of. If you have any questions about the syllabus, about the course, as I said before, please upload that to the appropriate discussion board in D2L outlining course questions. And the reason I want you to do that is because it's possible your other classmates might have the same questions as well. I think we're going to have a great semester. I think you're going to enjoy this class. I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself and how you deal with relationships, and you're going to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are when it comes to relationships with your partner, your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, your work, what have you. So if you have any questions, please let me know.